Hello, and welcome back to SpaceChem. Today, planet 5-4. Let's try falling. A thunderous crack echoed through the hallway as the metal floor gave way beneath my feet, plunging me into the shattered ice. My arms flailed, and I tried to yell, though there was no sound. I fell into the abyss. I woke up to my own gasps for breath and sat up in the bed with my heart hammering. The mechanical hum of the ventilation system filled the room. It was the middle of the sleeping cycle. A green light flashed on the console in the corner. I wiped my palms against the bedsheet before pressing the display button. It flashed on with a new message filled with the same characters that had been on Tim's tablet. My name was illuminated in the orange swirls, glowing like embers on the screen. I gripped the edge of the bed frame, ignoring the icy chill of the metal. The rest of the message was scrambled. I turned the console off and sat on the edge of the bed, listening to the recycled air blow above my head until breakfast. This plot's going places. As for the mission, we got some good old H2O and some krypton. It's not an element I work with very often. Or ever. Freshwater oceans of this planet are frozen solid to a depth of hundreds of meters unless disturbed from the depths. Is that a hint? We're gonna have some sort of sea monster to deal with at the end of this mission, maybe? So H2O, yeah. What do you say about krypton? Planets lacking necessary resources, raw materials. Oh, okay, that's just the generic tank thing. Yeah, raw material is stored in large tanks until needed. Wait. Oh, so the pump had a unique text, but storage tank did not. We have a recycler. That's good to notice. I almost didn't. Yttrium, used in the production of high-powered lasers. Zirconium, a corrosion-resistant metal most often used in nuclear reactors. And niobium, a key component of heat-resistant and superconducting alloys. Okay. So basically we are fusing krypton up into these. I'm assuming all three of these are higher. I will check in a moment. Hydrogen gives me 1 control. Does oxygen just like add 8 to... It is 8, yeah. Just add 8 to a number? Possibly. So krypton is here. What were the other ones? Y, Z, R, and B. Y, Z, R, and B. Okay, well they're all together. Unfortunately, they don't highlight here on this screen everything that's used in the entire level. But if we're going from here, krypton to... That's interesting. Because if I'm right about the oxygen... adding 8, which I assume it would. That's going to overshoot. So now I'm thinking either we recycle the oxygen or we cycle the oxygen into itself. And if we do that, we can get up to 40. So what's our ratio here? Like to get this, the easiest way to get it is 1 krypton and then 3 hydrogen. Niobium is going to be 1 krypton and 5 hydrogen, which gives me 8 hydrogen total. Unfortunately, the ratio doesn't quite work out, because I'm looking at this, then oxygen would be 5. So I have 2 hydrogen unaccounted for if I take that route. But I'm also just not using any of the krypton, really. Like, how many reactors do I have? 5? Fusion. I also have sensor reactors. Interesting. So what do I want to do? I don't think I need a sensor reactor for anything on this planet. I think that's just given to me because... oh, this is kind of awkward. That's not an accident. Okay, well, we'll just put this here. That's completely unnecessary, but I did it anyway. So this is obviously we're splitting the H2O apart. So So the question is just, do I want to go with the oxygen into itself solution, or do I want to go with the krypton solution? Well, the obvious thing is to do both and send oxygen one direction, hydrogen the other. And hydrogen probably down to the fusion reactor down here then. Okay. Elements. Which one is in the middle? Zirconium? This is a fusion reactor, but it's probably easier to just do this. And then from here, like, this could be unnecessary. I could just recycle the oxygen over and over. No, I think this is going to be fine. So then from here, was yttrium the cheaper one? Yeah. So I mean, we could do something like this. Because this is entirely deterministic. There is no... I mean, the game's deterministic anyway, but there's no randomness here. I have complete control over what inputs I get where. So I think this is probably fine with just the 3 reactors. This one... Well, this could be a potential issue. And also, because I'm not recycling anything, I do have those 2 extra... Okay, so what we're going to do then... just because of the fact that the ratios don't quite work. I mean, I could make the ratios work by just overproducing one of the 2 resources, but you know what? I don't need to do this in the minimum number of reactors or anything like that. I can just put that there. That's fine. So this one's done. This one, and what I want to do here is actually something like this. And what I'm doing here, which is going to be silly, is what am I thinking? I'm passing yttrium and hydrogen to here. That's not going to work. What am I doing? So I get 1 out, and then I'm still short 1. Oh wait, no, the ratio doesn't matter because I'm separating the hydrogen and the oxygens and I'm just kind of doing whatever. So I'll just overproduce the oxygen or underproduce the oxygen or whatever. Right, so the ratio doesn't matter. I don't care about the fact that there's 2 extra hydrogens for perfect balance. So in that case... Yeah, in that case we are actually just going to do it this way. It's a little bit silly having the yttrium passed from here and then passed again to here. But I think that'll be the easiest way to do this. Okay. The reactor 1, this is super simple. We're just sending, right, I can do tags before I start doing the actual reactors individually. Oxygen on the upper output. Hydrogen on the lower output. Alright. Here we're going to be going... Upper output will be... yttrium, I suppose. And lower output... good old hydrogen. And then here... I don't need any more. I don't need any more, because these outputs are already all defined. Okay. Reactor 1. Not actually using this at all, that's fine. Right, how does this game work again? It's been a couple of weeks. I've took an unintentional break. I mean, I could do it that way. Do I want to break it up here or there? I don't think it really matters where I break it up. Let's break it up in the middle. Grab. Break the bond. Output. Alright, and then as long as this is 12, 14 cycles or timed properly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, it's not going to work, so I'm going to have to time it. I'm going to have to use a sync command, which is fine. Oops, that's not what I want. I want that here and here. Grab, grab. Okay, like that. And of course, we're going to need our outputs as well. And then finally, just to match everything up nicely, if we sync here with wherever, it doesn't matter. That should be fine. Do I remember how to SpaceChem? Oh, and that is grabbing time. That was a potential issue. So this factory would crash if the hydrogen line filled up and the blue Waldo was stalling, but the oxygen line was still going freely. We could fix that by doing another pair of sinks. Actually, the easiest way to fix that probably would just be to move these back. If I do this... Oh wait, how does that fix the problem? It doesn't. Oh wait, yes it does. Yeah, it doesn't slide in until blue is done. This does mean that the two are dependent on each other now, which is a little bit unfortunate, but oh well. Grab, let's put this somewhere else. We'll just do that for now so that we have the arrow, the Waldo line going nicely. Drop. Right, so this is going to be probably like this, if I had to guess. Let's just do it like this. Grab, drop. And then that's 1, so we're going to want input fuse, input fuse, input fuse, input fuse. Has to be a grab drop. It doesn't actually matter where in here we do the thing, so let's just do this. This is just going straight to output, so I don't need to worry about it being lined up nicely. Also, it's the wrong output. I can fix that. I can just change that, though, from outside, so that'll be fine. Alright, so I think that should work. If I've done this right. Oh, obviously I've missed the important thing about all this. Fuse, 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 fuse. Come on. Yeah. We wait until we get oxygen. And don't usually use these grab drops, but quite a powerful tool. Well, that's a problem. And I completely messed that up, huh? So it shouldn't be too long before we get another one coming in. I don't need to watch every single stage like this, but I'm going to. Just to make sure this is doing what I want it to do, and if I go on the higher speed, it just goes so fast. Although with this waiting time, it's probably not a concern. And there's our zirconium. Okay. Easy. Alright, so that's 1, 2 down. So here, make sure we have the right inputs. It's important. Apparently I'm switching the hydrogen for some reason. Do I want to switch the hydrogen, or do I want to change it so the hydrogen just goes across? Yeah, because here I'm just swapping these for... questionable benefit. That doesn't fix anything. Yeah, whoops. What I need to do is switch these labels, I guess, if I wanted to do that. Which, I mean, that's not that important anyway. So the plan here is... Why is nothing showing up? I thought it would highlight things. Was that just an easier mission thing, or is it because of the fusion reactor it doesn't highlight which ones are the required targets? That might be the case. So we're going to yttrium, which is going to be 1, 2, 3. So the first thing to do, we're going to use both colors? Probably going to use both colors on this one. Input, grab. I guess we can actually just sync here. There's a bunch of ways we could do this, but this is the way I have chosen. Is this where I want this? Probably just here, honestly. We're going to sync. And I said 3, right? Input, input, input. I guess we're just going to go a little bit further than strictly necessary. And what kind of ratio do we want on these? For every 2 yttrium that we pass through, we also want to pass through 2 hydrogen, right? I think that's the plan. Okay, so let's get these fuse. Input, grab. And from here, we're just going to do that. Sink goes after all of this is done. So if we start here, grab this first. That's dangerous. I'm just having trouble getting this started now, getting these lined up to start. Let's just finish what I was trying to do and then worry about the details where it's going to fail due to timing later. So drop output, okay. Meanwhile, blue is going drop. It doesn't actually matter where in here we drop this one, does it? Yes, it does. It does matter. So we're going to drop here. So the question is, do we want the red to double around or do we want blue to double around to grab the second one? Probably makes more sense to do it with red. No, I liked having this over here more because it made more sense to me. Alright, so the problem here is that we're using sync as part of the... part of the thing. Okay, well then we just do a sync here and a sync here, like that. So we do that, we get to here, it'll start. We don't want that waiting there though, if we're going across it. Yeah, I'm having a lot of trouble with this, just trying to get the second hydrogen through, which I shouldn't be having trouble with. I'm just making it complicated by doing this weird loop thing right on top of the spawner. So with these things like this, the first cycle will work, but then I have 2 sinks on here and no sinks in here. Oh, 1 sink in here. So that means that we're sitting here. No, that's fine. Okay. That just means I need to do this. I have a sink to start. What am I forgetting? I'm forgetting something. Input. There we go. I think this works, but I'm not entirely sure. So let's just play it and see what happens. Now we're waiting on that hydrogen, which is coming down. Okay. Hydrogen, hydrogen. Go, it's coming. There's the hydrogen. I forgot an output for here. That's something to fix. And then does this cycle work? No. Why does this cycle not work? Because I needed a sink here. Okay. Two problems. Sink. Output. Okay. Let's try that again. Go faster this time and just make sure that nothing crashes. Okay, goes where it's supposed to go. Hydrogen goes where it's supposed to go. Yttrium goes where it's supposed to go. Hydrogen goes where it's supposed to go. If I exit reactor, how does this look? This will jam up, because I'm not doing anything here. This looks like it wasn't going to jam up, though, which is fine. I think I was going fast enough. Alright. Last reactor. This one... So this one's going to be a two-stage process. And unfortunately, because these are... Well, I'm going to have to do it either way. Unless I bring the hydrogen... You know what, whatever, it's fine. We'll just accept the fact that the endings are reversed. I don't particularly need to fix it this time. Alright. Let's grab here. Input, grab. We're doing this again? I guess we're probably doing this again. This is basically the same as the previous. Yeah, basically the same as the previous. So actually, give to toolbox, fusion, let's call it fusion, and I will delete it immediately after placing it here. We don't need those. And in fact, I can just flip these because I'm here. It's fine. All right. So this is basically the same, but there's a couple of changes that we need to make. First is that I think we only need 2 fuses instead of 3. We're also never outputting to red. So actually, maybe copying this is just going to be a terrible idea all around. But that's fine. We will try it anyway. So we're going to do that. That's the first change. And then we get up to here. The sync goes, red starts, which gives us a... It goes through input 1 fuse, input 2 fuse. We do not need an input 3 or fuse there. In fact, does red ever grab anything? I don't think it does. It doesn't output. So really, it's just grabbing, it's just doing 2 fuses, and then sinking twice. So this could be made way smaller. Right. So let's just... let's just do that then. Alright, I can do that if it selects them. Okay, is it the very top pixel? No, it requires the entirety of the icon? Interesting. Interesting choice. It has to be entirely inside. Alright, so I think what I said was that this is all I want, right? And then we want one extra sink at the start, I guess, probably. And so doing that will get me one sink, and that one goes here. We don't actually have to go that far. Drop. Output. Input. Drop output. Okay, and that should work for this reactor. Unless I have completely misjudged something. The outputs are both the correct outputs. Sync goes, off you go. Alright, we have everything, and it looks fine. Alright, let's check it and see if it... 1 out of 1? Okay, I don't want to keep that fusion. Okay, I probably don't need to keep either of these. Let's go. So every individual piece should be working. Didn't end up using the recycler. And it looks like this process is fast enough that hydrogen isn't building up, which means that this is never going to be an issue either. So this is probably my limiting factor right here. Wait, hydrogen started building up. How did that happen suddenly? What's wrong here? Oh, this filled up. Okay, so my hydrogen... So this was what I was talking about with those 2 extra hydrogen molecules that I'm not using. Which would be solved by... how do you want to solve that? 2 extra hydrogen molecules could go into making another one of these, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 3. Basically, I wouldn't be making any yttrium at all if I was doing that. So maybe I do need to use the recycler then. That's unfortunate. Or we can go for the exceptionally silly solution, which is kind of what I feel like doing, actually. I wonder if there's an achievement for not using the recycler, so I'm going to do the totally inappropriate way of solving this. Which is... Can you cross under yourself? No, you cannot. Okay. It should be long enough. No problem. Okay, that wasn't an achievement. It was also pretty dirty the way I did it. Oh well. It's a win. Yeah, I would have just had to recycle off, which actually might have used an extra reactor now that I think about it. I didn't have a quick solution for that. Oh well, I saved a reactor by having extra pipe. It's okay. What are safety standards anyway? Alright, applied fusion next time. I will see you then.